Hello. Hi, Arun. Good evening. Can you hear me? Hi, Hemant. Good evening. Can you hear me, Hemant? Paritosh, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Can you hear me, Arun? Arun.
Are
Yes,
you
sir.
audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. We will start the session. Hi, Anantalakshmi. Good evening. Hi, Paritosh. Good evening. Akshay. Good evening. How are you? Hemant. Good evening.
Hi, Kuti.
Hi,
I'm good.
Anjali.
How
Good.
are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Hi, Anjali. Good evening. Paritosh. Good evening. Let's wait for a couple of minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, then we'll start the session. Hi Chetan, good evening. Hi Mohan, good evening.
Good
Pujita, good
evening.
evening. Sagar, good evening. Suparna, good evening. Maithili, good evening. Hi Akash Vardhan, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Lokesh, good evening. Navya, good evening. Sagar, good evening. Naresh, good evening. Veerbabu, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Rajwal, good evening.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead. You would like to say something? Wait for 1 more minute. We will start the session.
It is a small question.
Yes, yes, Mohan.
So, like regular SQL session, or like, are we going to use any AI approach in this SQL, like generating the
AI
queries?
approach means we can use the ChatGPT to write the code.
Okay. Other than that, any other specific tools for SQL code generation? This kind of thing.
SQL code generation, there could be one is the GitHub Copilot is there, Claude is there. By using these tools, only we can use. what we will do is, we can cover to save some time, we cover the one weekend about the prompt engineering.
Okay.
That way we can benefit. Maybe not this week, not maybe within a month we'll cover that topic.
Okay. Because here, why I'm asking you, everywhere in the YouTube, I saw multiple shots like it's SQL with the AI. It's simple to write. So blah blah. So is it
What is
true or
uh,
yeah?
what simple to write means what they'll do, they'll open some chat GPT or something, they're writing the SQL code, right? That's it, right? Some instead of chat GPT, something else they're using. That's it.
Okay.
Even if you remember on last Friday, within 5 minutes we built the dashboard using Python. Even we did not write a single line of code. Have you attended that class?
No, I didn't attend.
We created the dashboard, Python dashboard. You can submit any data automatically, it will give the output, everything.
Okay.
So it is not a big problem, sir.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's start the session. Um, Hi guys, good evening everyone. In today session, we are going to discuss about the basic SQL. Yesterday, I've given introduction to what is database. What is database? What is the need of database? We were discussed. Database is a collection of data. It is organized, stored the data and accessible electronically. So anywhere you can sit and you can access the data. That's what we were discussed, right? So we were discuss about this some of the. So we started discussing about the what is database. Simple to say, database is a collection of item, collection of data. Simple to say, it is a collection of data. So what is the collection of data? Data is in the form of table format, any form. So the data should be collected, right? Then only we can able to store the data, right? So while collecting the data, it must be organized. Should be proper order should maintain, right? What if you morning wake up and add a biryani? What will happen? Morning once you wake up, you need to have a cup of water and a cup of table of one of water, one bottle of water you can have. Then you can go for walk and then you have small breakfast like that you can. Right? You cannot have all of them have a breakfast. I mean, cannot have right dinner and everything. You should have breakfast should be the morning, dinner will be the evening. So it should be organized and stored and accessed electronically. What does it mean? Stored means what are the data should be stored accessibly electronically, wherever you can sit and you can access the data. Am I right? So the next already we discussed why we need a database. Database can store large number of record efficiently without any hassles. Right. Web interface from the website or web interface, you can sit and we can collect the data. It is very quick. You can easily quickly access the data and easily accessible information. Whatever the information you have in database, you can quickly access it. Easily you can able to access the data. As and when required, you can add the new data to the existing database. There are the four properties of database. What are those? We can in database we can perform update in the new information, store, search, and delete. Delete means unnecessary information, unwanted information. You can delete it. Sensor data, simple to say, right? Let's say when movie scenes are happening, unwanted scenes or unrelated scenes which harm to the society, those scenes will be deleted. Right? That's not the meaning of this. Make sense? Similarly, multiple people can hit the database at a time. Right? We can share the huge amount of data among the people and everything can be possible. Right? Yeah, we also discussed in yesterday class. There are the four properties of a good database. What are those? Scalability, elasticity, security, and governance, and data integrity. Guys, trust me, if you know about, especially in the AI world, especially in the AI world, where people never talk much in the outside industry, especially in the AI world, as well as in the AI every day in the life, there is a data governance. There is a jobs is going to increase in the real world about data governance and RAI and data ethics. These three concepts is going to be used heavily in the industry. So RAI is nothing but responsible AI. Data ethics means whatever the data we are using, that data must be ethical, should be used. Okay, let me give a simple example. Okay, let me take our favorite student called Sena Fatli. They reject the loan. He is wearing the specs. Because of the shall I reject the loan? No. Right? He is looking black. Because of the shall I reject the loan? Let's say he's living in Marthali area. In Marthali area, majority of the fraudulent people stays in Marthali area. Assume that. Because of that, he also stays in the same place. Because of that, shall I reject the loan? No. So that is called data ethics. Understood? So especially in the banking world, these concepts which plays a vital role, not only the banking world, in every other industry, slowly they are adapting these concepts. There are jobs like data engine, like data governance specialist, right? The data governance specialist, these kind of jobs will be there forever. After AI evolution, these number of jobs have been. I have seen the job percentage, job market, the people who are working in the industry, AI industry, the number of jobs working in this industry has been increased last 2 years of 30%. Last 2 years. So this role, like security and governance, that's called data security and data governance, privacy, these things will play a vital role. Either in the bank, outside of the bank, in the marketing, healthcare industry, all these things will be helpful. Let me ask you one question, guys. Genuine problem, I tell you, genuine problem. Even including measure, I hope few of you have already tried it. Have you ever, let's say, you have conducted, let's say, for you, maybe your family member, anyone have been to the hospital last 2, 3 years? Yes, sir. At least any one of you. The doctor suggested for blood test, some X-ray. So, how many of you uploaded your X-ray report or your blood test report to ChatGPT? How many of you? At least anyone in the group? Anyone? No one? No one? One. Sahiti, right? Come on, please respond, madam. Good,
Yes,
good.
yes, correct.
Sahiti.
Yes.
Let me take you, Sahiti. Sahiti has uploaded the data to ChatGPT. Maybe not in your case. Generally, some diseases where you could not reveal the people, where they try to reveal the people. Like an example of diabetes. Do you think people will announce in the outside of the room, I'm a diabetic? No. No. Someone suffering with HIV. Do you think people will tell that I'm suffering with HIV? Definitely no, right? No, right? What if ChatGPT, it is a personal information, right? Obviously, it is a personal information. What if ChatGPT trying to sell your data? Hey, Mr. Senapati is having diabetes. Of course, fortunately, not. Just assume that XYZ person having a diabetes. Then the company which produce the products relevant to related to diabetes, they can reach out, right? At some point of time, they can blackmail also, right? They can blackmail also, right? They can blackmail also, right? Right. So that is the major concern. So that is the reason privacy and security, which plays a really vital role. The job opportunities in this area is going to increase heavily. Maybe at this point you could not able to realize what I am talking. Down the line, 2, 3 years, you can see a lot of openings on this area. Okay? Understood? Now scalability. Now you ask the question, sir, can't AI replace these jobs, data governance jobs? It cannot be. It cannot be. Reason? Who has to check the privacy? Human, right? Do you think AI can able to check the privacy? No. No, whatever you're giving instruction to the AI, that will perform. It will not, right? We will check that where data is being stored. Who has to check? Manually has to check by the user only. Right? So that is the reason these jobs cannot be replaceable. Now scalability, as already mentioned. So what if 1,000 people hitting a database at a time? It is well. All of a sudden 1 lakh people hitting a database. Crash. You are getting an error called 404 error. To overcome this kind of issues, we have to increase the capacity of our server. The increase the capacity, that means the database has the ability to increase the capacity or size of the server in terms of gigabyte, zettabyte, like that. That is called scalability. Elasticity means flexibility, right? Flexibility. Integrity means privacy, security, concern, everything comes under the security and governance. That's how we have discussed yesterday in this part. Am I right? Now, in today, majorly we are going to focus on types of database. Types of database. We have two different databases, two different types of database. What are those? Relational database, non-relational database. Simple to say, relation means I am your relative. What does it mean? We have some, it could be probably, it could be a blood relation or a friendship. Direct to direct, maybe direct to one to many, many to one. Maybe I could not be, your direct relative. Maybe maybe you are belong to my wife's side, my wife, brothers, cousin, sister, brother, something like. Maybe long relation could be possible, right? Could be possible, right? Could be possible. That is what somewhere or other you have a relation. Simple to say, in technical word, relationship database means here a database which is in the form of table format. Right? There can be a different kind of relation, one-to-one, direct relation. Like, let me tell you one example. You are using some network, postpaid network, right? Your ID will be there, right? So as far as that ID, every month bill gets generated, you are repaying. That is one-to-one relation. One to many. You are getting a salary every month. By end of the month, you have to pay the salary for, rent for your house, grocery bill, milk bill, paper bill, telephone bill, Wi-Fi bill, anything. That is one because of salary. These everyone are depending on you. What if IT industry is not there? In Bangalore, let's take an example. If IT industry is not there, IT people not there. Do you think rents will survive? The people who are surviving and standing on rent, will they survive? Definitely no. The people who are constructing in the houses, will they survive? No. Who is going to buy? Right? The milk vendors, they survive? No, right? Hospitals? No, hospital could be a problem major, but you can think about it. But what about the pubs? Entertainment? They could not, right? That is one to many relation. Many to many. You are spending money here. Where does money go? No one knows. Right? Many to many. For example, every day you are, petrol. Let's say full tank full, like for a bike or fill the tank. Where does the amount goes? No one knows. Where they're spending, no one knows. That is what many to many. So it's simple to say one table have three kind of relationship. Then what are those? One to one to many, many to many relationship. So some of the tables, where do you store this data? Right? Some of the famous database to store the data, MySQL database, Oracle database, PostgreSQL, SQLite, MyServer, MariaDB. You can use any database, does not a problem. But here and there, small, minor syntactical difference will be there. Syntax difference. Rest everything will be there. But preferably, everyone are using in the industry MySQL. Even NASA, Facebook, Google, majority of the companies are still following the MySQL only. In our class also, we are going to discuss about the MySQL only. Okay. Now, okay. No SQL database. It does not follow any order. Right? Does not follow any order. There is no relations. No, who is elder than me, I call by name. I scold them. Who is younger than me, I scold them. There is no relation. So text data, image data, there is no relation. For example, let me give you an example. In your phone, right? You have a phone, right? You have phone, right? There is a thing called gallery in your phone. Photo gallery. Have you ever seen the photo gallery, guys? In the photo gallery, what happens? You have the photos which could have a group photos, your family photos, your alone individual photos. There is some good morning messages. There could be some memes. Probably a slide. Anything else? Maybe some of your personal photos which we don't want to discuss here. Could be possible, right? So combination of multiple things. That's kind of order? No, right? Maybe it could store based on the location. There could be a one reason, or the date wise could store, or could be a location wise also. If you ask the date and location also, we don't know where it was stored. There are due to some witches, sometimes you don't know where the photo also came from. There is no date also. To store such kind of data, data, we are going to use the NoSQL database. Right? So, like image, these are the images, right? Image data, text data, audio data, video data. So, in our course, in our deep learning course, the one check in NoSQL, and we can build the model also. Okay. Next one, I'll give one more example. One more example. Okay, guys, who are in online, you need to answer this question. When in an entire day, which part, which thing do you make very frustrated? Do you yourself make very frustrated? I feel frustrated. In a day, come on, come on. When you feel really frustrating in a day. Very good. What else, guys? Come on, come on. Any answer? Anyone? When you are traffic. When you are in a traffic, you feel that really, really frustrating, right? So the queue will be there, to stay, right? Pollution, everything. But in the traffic also, there is a thing which is the really important thing is the someone met with an accident, something, the emergency vehicle, ambulances, under. I given you one project. Can you detect based on the audio, not video, audio, audio means sound of audio. Can you able to detect the whether it is emergency vehicle or non-emergency vehicle? Understand the question requirement. So to store this kind of data, where to store this kind of data? Again, this kind of data we can store in the NoSQL database. Understand the requirement. Understand the requirement, guys. You need to understand what is the NoSQL database, what is the yes. To store this kind of data, some of the base things we can use MongoDB, like Neo4j, CosDB, HBase, Cassandra, Redis. These are the different databases. So in our course, directly we are not going to deal about the directly here, but we can give you MongoDB recording videos. Okay, at the time of after deep learning, we can give you the recording videos of this. Okay, okay, perfect. Now, so let me tell you about the structure of the data relational database. I have a user data. Okay, I have one user data. I'm going in depth now. Here in the I have two tables. What are the two tables? One is about the user details. Second table is about the skill map. Skill. They talk about the skill. Here I have two users. One is about the Santosh. Second is about the Mahesh. And then corresponding skill IDs are 15 and 25. The skills obtained by the 15, the skill ID 15 are the machine learning Python. Second one is market. The two different tables. One is user details, second is the skill. Now I would like to know what skill does Santosh have? What skill does Santosh have? Here Santosh are having the skills of machine learning and Python. So maybe here 1, 2 records you could able to tell, you are saying very easily. Imagine a scenario, you have thousands of records in each table. Do you think is it possible to check everything manually? Not possible. Not possible. In this case, you will need to find out some relation between the two tables. In order to match the two tables, there should be some common ID, right? Yes. In both the common ID is the skill ID is the common ID. That means they have some relation between these two tables. Make sense? Everyone clear? So now let's say another example of the NoSQL database. So NoSQL define too much of flexible. So JSON file. JSON, anyone know the full form of JSON file? JSON means Java Script Object Notation. So JSON file like HTML file, XML file, these things are called semi-structured data or unstructured data. Sir, can you give me an example where this kind of data being generated day by day? Do you know the social media platform? Right? Huh? What are the social media platform? Twitter. Forget about
Facebook, Instagram,
Every day
Google,
Sorry, madam.
Facebook, Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram. Okay. Okay. Now, when you extract the data from a website, it could be Instagram, or it could be Facebook, or it could be YouTube, or it could be Twitter. X, other name X. Whenever you extract the data from the Twitter example, the data which is in the form of JSON format. Right? Whenever you extract a data from a social media platform, the data will be stored in the form of JSON or XML or HTML. But 99% of the time, data being generated in the form of JSON file. The reason behind the background code they have written is the JSON, Java. If you are using HTML and all, while building an application, it will be stored in HTML. Some people they use PHP, right, to store the create the website and all. In that case, it will be stored in the form of XML. Right? So, sir, can you give an example where to use this kind of data in real world? Okay, let me give one some example, simple example. What is the burning topic in India? What is the burning topic in it is over, right? What is the currently burning topic? Sensational topic? No?
Tariff.
Tariff. But I think majority of people they are not aware of the tariff. Right? Anything else? What is the today headlines news? Nothing? Let's take an example about the as everyone connected to the war. Let's take an example of India versus Pakistan war. Okay. Now, in this example, where do you express yourself? Now, let's say we are talking in a room. That means the words, whatever we are discussing, everything within the room only. We are not publicizing everywhere, anywhere, right? As a maybe in this room, you could not able to express in this classroom, you could not able to express your thoughts. But there is a platform openly you can express your thoughts or your opinion. That is called social media platform. Let's take an example of Instagram. When the regarding the war, do you every Indian do you think will they talk positive about the India? No. No, right? Some, I mean, and doesn't mean that everyone does not have a respect about the country. Everyone respect the country. Some people are ferociously they want to fight with the Pakistan. They don't care anything, but they want to fight with the Pakistan. Let them finish. Some boss, let's do fight, but be cautious that or be cognizant that there should be no damage to us. Our damage should be very, very minimal. Right? Or don't waste the time because of war, or don't waste the resources or money. Just go and settle the matter peacefully. These are the three different ways people. Now I want to know, as a Prime Minister of India, let's say Prime Minister of India would like to know how people are reacting to it. How people are reacting to it. Does the people have positive opinion about the war? Does the people have neutral about the war? Does the people have negative opinion about the war? Right? For example, let's say Ukraine versus Russia war. It is happening from last 3 years, 2.5 years to 3 years. The people of Russia they don't want to fight with the Ukraine and all. They said let's stop it. How do we know? Because of this is the social media opinion. So how do you analyze the data? The data they are the data which is in the form of tweet or in the form of what do you call in the social media? If you write post, not hashtag. When you post that message in Instagram, what do you call that? Story. Story like that. When you extract the story or everything, based on that, you can able to analyze that. That data, when you extract the data will be in the form of JSON format. Understood now? Understood now? With an example? Understood? With an example, very clearly? Clear? So I have taken example like ID, some name, machine learning, some Google Analytics marketing. I have taken right CGP like the blah blah blah. Right? Now, okay. Now that is about the two different data types, databases. What are those? One is about the relational database. Second is the non-relational database. Am I right? Right? Relational database, three different types. What are those? One to one to many, many to many. Whereas this kind of data, which is the could be any format, image format, audio, video. Now, okay, now pretty much we discussed a lot about the database. We understand the different database. Okay, we are storing the data in the database. But what are we doing now? We have a data in the database. Have you started doing anything? No, not yet, right? How do you know what data is available in the database? Search. How do you search? For example, I have an Axis Bank database. In the Axis Bank, I have details about Sandeep's details. I would like to know how much Sandeep spent an amount last 6 months on an average. Spent amount. How do you know? How can I search as a user? Requirement is clear. I clear the requirement. I have a database. I have a data. Let's say customers' data in a Access Bank. The data is available in the database. We would like to understand how are we able to get the information on an average last 6 months spent amount. How do you get? You have data. Whatever data you can call customer ID, phone number, everything is there. How do you get? There are, assume that I have a 20 lakhs customers, 2 million customers information. Then how do I get? Guys, are you clear with my requirement? Maitri, are you clear with my requirement? Anand, are you clear with my requirement? Desmond Nagaraj, are you clear with my requirement? Anand, Arun, are you clear with my requirement? Hello? Hello? So, it is impossible to check, go and check every customer details. For example, Arun, how much amount he has spent the amount in the last 6 months, go and check is difficult, right? So, there should be a way to extract the relevant information. So, where does the data store? Data stores in a database. There should be a programming language or there should be a code to communicate with a database, and database will understand our request. Based on that, we can get the relevant information. To do this entire process, we are going to use a programming language, a query language that is called SQL. Understand? The full form of SQL is structured query language. The full form of SQL is structured query language. So what is the purpose of SQL? SQL is used to communicate with the database for a requirement, for whatever the requirement we have. So such as update database. So I want to update a existing data in the database, we can use SQL. To retrieve the information, we can use. To delete also, we can use. To search also, we can retrieve and search only the same. So update is deleting also part of update only, right? Now let me ask a question. So how deleting is a part of updating the. Earlier you have 1 year data, now we have deleted 3 months. That means update with the only 7 months data, right? Right? Makes sense. Right. So at a high level, SQL used to perform tasks such as update data in database, retrieve data from the database. How to update the data from a database in a database, or how to retrieve data from a database, we need to understand the methodology or techniques. Right? We will discuss one by one. Some of the common database are, MySQL, Oracle, Sybase, and different things are some of the common database. So I think SQL program language developed in 1970 by IBM researchers. We must say thanks to IBM. Because of IBM is the first company majorly started working with the technological programs. Right. So these are the guy commercial version released in 1917. The first earlier version we called as the C1. Due to patent issues and all, they are renamed to SQL. SQL to SQL. Right? Of course, it is not required also to discuss in detail about this. Now, how does data stores in a database? That's what valid question, right? We understand the database. We understand about should be a program language which communicates with the database. We understand about how data being stored in a database. How data is being stored in a database. Data being stored in a database in the form of table. Data being stored in the database in the form of table. What do you mean by table? Table contains the rows and columns. Here the table which contains the information about the position title, education requirement, functional area, maximum pay and minimum pay. Here the position title, executive assistant, recruiter, senior software engineer, senior quality assistant, problem. So the corresponding degrees and how much they are paying minimum pay and maximum pay. The first row is the header, we call as the column. Okay. The rest of the rows we call as the rows. So, but anything, it could be engineering or it could be some number, anything we call as a value. So here, for example, bachelor degree is a value, categorical value. For example, engineering is a categorical value. For example, recruiter is a categorical value. So maximum pay 1,10,000 is a categorical value. Let's say 85,000 is a some, sorry, 1,10,000 is a numerical value. 85,000 is a some numerical value. Combination of rows and columns are called as the table. Combination of rows and columns are called as the table. So let me repeat again, guys. Data stores in a database in the form of table. Table consists of both rows and columns. First row in the table called as header. Headers are called as the columns. There can be one column or more than one column will be available given. Rest of there are two columns, date column, date value. Alright. Or numerical value, categorical value, blah blah blah. Could be anything. Right? Combination of rows and columns called as the table. Make sense? Now in every data space, right? Data stored in the form of the table format. Make sense? Any questions? Any doubt, guys? Any questions? Any doubt? Right. So why is SQL? So you are storing the data. To communicate the database, there can be n number of programs. So by the machine learning techniques also we can do. By the Spark and Scala also we can do. But for everything, the most important thing is the SQL for data processing or for data extraction. What is the most important thing is? SQL is the most important thing. Right? In PySpark also the Spark. In Spark also we use SQL. In Hadoop also we use SQL. In Python also we use the SQL. In our language also we use the SQL. Everywhere SQL will be important. But here and there the syntax could be minor difference could be. If you know the SQL in the cloud also we are going to use SQL only. But small minor differences will be there. So once you enter the industry, if you are working with the structured data, 99% of the times you must have to use the SQL. But in real world, people are talking about AI and all, but that much level of AI is not being or not using in the industry. There are research at POC are going, but slowly it's going to adopt in next 3 years, 2 years. But the majority of data are using in the industry in the form of structured data. To extract the data, to process the structured data, or structured of the table data, we must have to have the table information. or table data. For that, we require the SQL programming language. We require the SQL programming language. Are you clear, Anand? Akshay, are you clear? Arjun, Anjali, Arun, Chandu, Guru, Priya, Maithili, Maurya, Pujita, Rajwal, Ramesh, Veerbabu, Vishal, Suparna. Right? Any questions so far? Clear about this? So, guys, yes, if you know this, even if you are using the AWS server, AWS server, like AWS and all, there is a Redshift. If you are using the Google Cloud, GCP, there is called BigQuery. So, backend is the SQL only. The fundamental language which is going to be used everywhere is called SQL, which is a really, really important. Even when you are attending the Amazon interviews, while attending the Amazon interview, the first round will be SQL round only. Even at least in every interview, though you are going with the 10 years experience, 5 years experience, even fresher also, they will ask you about the SQL questions. At least 20% of the questions in technical interview, there will be a SQL questions. Okay, sir. So that is SQL is really, really important. Okay. If you know the SQL, the 30% of the interview is done. That means 25% of the questions are asked. If you're able to answer that, or even some companies they'll conduct the test assessment right before you attend the interview. The assessment is majorly on SQL only. If you go as a fresher into the industry, jobs to get a job, if you know about the Excel, SQL, Python, PySpark, Power BI basics. From these concepts, are you able to get the job? 80% likely chances. If you, I mean, you'll get the package of 2.53 lakhs. If you have adding the skills of machine learning, deep learning, machine learning, you'll get the 4.5. If you add in the deep learning and Gen AI concepts, you'll get the 6-7 lakhs package. Or if you know comfortable with the Gen AI package with a strong understanding about the NLP and all, you'll get the package as a fresher also with 6 months internship, 10 lakhs plus. Right? Understand about this, guys? Come on. Now, there are the two different types of. We are talking about the relational database. Earlier we discussed two different data types, right? What are those? Relational data is no SQL or non-relational data. Within the relational database, again further segregated into two different types of processing data. Right? How data being processing within the relational database. First one is OLTP. Second one is OLAP. I will give an example also. What is OLTP, OLAP? Right? So you have a data in database, right? Now at this point, we're not focusing on NoSQL database. We are just focusing on relationship database. Now data being stored in the form of database, in the form of table, right? But how fast we can able to interact with database? That's really important, right? Right. That is really important. Let's take an example. One of your friends is in need of money. He keep on calling you, hey, Mr. Bala, please 7,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. I'm full need to go hospital. You are not responding. You are responding after 2 days, after 3 days. Hey, Mr. Court, you have called me 1,000 rupees. Here, do you understand now? You understand now? Do you think it is full now? No, definitely. So whenever you have data in a database, how fast your data is interacting with database, or your programming interacting with the database. So process, that's called process. That is two different ways. What are those? OLTP, OLAP. OLTP is nothing but online transaction processing. OLAP is nothing but online analytical processing. What are those? OLTP and OLAP. What is the full form of OLTP? Online
Online
transaction.
transaction processing.
Very good. What is OLAP?
Online
Online. OL
analytical
means online.
processing.
A means analytical. P means processing. T means transaction. A means analytics. T means transaction. Okay. Online OLTP means examples. These are MySQL database and all. OLAP is storage purpose. OLAP used for storage purpose. Some of the examples: Hadoop system, Hive, Spark, and all. These are the some of the examples. Spark also comes in the picture. Now, sir, let me give an example. Transaction. Transaction means in your word, in your language. Transfer the data. Transaction means money transactions, right? Generally transaction is the money transaction. Let us take an example of two people. Who are those? Person A and person B. We have a two person actually doing a online transaction. Person A and person B. Now person A requested for person B requested $2,000. $2,000 from where? From person A. So we have a two person. We're actually doing a online transaction. Person A and person B has the requested $2,000 or 2,000 rupees from where? From person A. The moment the person A, what is the balance in person A account? What is the balance in person A account? $6,000. Okay, $6,000. Oh, fine. $6,000. Are you able to see?
Yes, sir.
Okay, $6,000. What is the balance in person B? 1,500. Okay. The moment he transferred $2,000 from his account, how much balance left in person A account should be $4,000, and how much balance should be there in there? 3,000. Am I right? It should happen. How long it will take to execute the transaction? Huh? Few seconds or one day? Few seconds, right? Within seconds, right? Less than a minute. Can I say less than a minute, right? Simple to say. Let's say person A, as you request a person B, person A said, I sent the money got direct person A. Not deposit person B. What person B thinks? He didn't send the money. He didn't send the money. So everything should happen immediately. Right? So here in this case, balance will retract 4,000 should, and automatically it also need to be displayed. Should be displayed. Right? So these kind of things we use real world transaction cases like ATM transactions, right? Ticket booking, online purchases, and everything. It should be updated immediately. If it start taking time to update immediately, there will be a point. For example, let me tell you one example, one interesting fact. You are booking a ticket. You are booking a ticket. What are the platform are you going to use to book the ticket? Make my trip. Red bus. Let's say you are using one of the platform called Red Bus. Okay, madam? One of the platform called Red Bus. There are 3 seats only available. All 3 seats are middle window seats. Right? First, Mr. Juffy booked the ticket. Sorry, Miss Juffy booked the ticket. Money got direct from her account. But seat is not available. Second, the same seat booked by the bar. Same seat. Parallelly, let's say within a difference of 1 minute, they're doing money got direct from her account, but seat has not blocked for him. For him to block. What do you say? What Juffy says in this case? Generally, if you observe that also, that is the reason what happened. When you do an online transaction of this, they will give a time of 7 minutes something, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. Have you observed it? Yes. Have you observed it? Guys, have you observed it? So that is that block that means when who initiated the seat or who initiated the transaction, that will be valid for 5 minutes, no one else can not able to block it again. After 5 minutes, if someone what they can block it. So that is the time frame they can. Alright. Understood about this? Now, so these are some of the examples of air ticket booking, online purchases, ATM transactions, and right. Next to understood about the OLTP. So on one important OLTP runs on small amount of data always, small transaction, small amount of data. Even phone, how much amount you can able to send?
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
If you want to send 20 lakhs,
No, it's not considering 20 days.
huh?
20 days will be
20 days. So, but I need to send now. What? Then you wait. If I want to send 20 lakhs from one person to other person, how can I send?
like
Check. Is there only check? No other way?
RTGS.
RTGS. Even RTGS also, what happens? It may take some time to deposit into the personal account. Immediately, not possible. It may take around 2 to 4 hours of time. Alright?
MPS.
Sorry?
MPS, sir.
NPS.
IMPS, sir.
IMPS cannot able to send 20 lakhs and all. Immediately, first transaction. First transaction is limited to only 50,000. IMPS also first, of course, 20 lakhs you can send to via IMPS through RTGS mode only, but first transaction cannot be 20 lakhs. Person to person accounts, but company to person account you can send, company to company can be possible. But person to person can limited only 50,000 the first transaction. You cannot send more than 50,000 one. Okay? So, tell me.
Then how a bank can transfer loan to the person 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs?
The bank have all the details about you, right? The bank have all the details about you, right? That's the reason I said that person to person. I use the word. Use the word called person to person. I also mentioned the other point of company to person they can send, company to company they can send. I mentioned that point also. Okay, that is what. So initially to start one about the small amount of data, small amount of transaction only. That is about the OLTP. OLTP, online transaction. Now OLTP. Let me give one best example. What is this? Amazon. What are you trying to buy here? Sand-free mat. Some sand-free mat, something you want to buy. What is the price of this? $40 to 150. Maybe let's say 150. Maybe as it is not important. Okay, let me give an example. Forget about this example, whatever here. Let me give a simple example. You want to buy an iPhone. It's a dream for millionaire people, right? Where do you buy? How many of you go to the Apple store to buy Apple iPhone? Majority of them go for online only, right? If I'm not wrong, majority of them go for online only. Am I right, madam? Right. So in the buying online, okay, I log into the Amazon or log into Flipkart and that directly go and buy. Directly go and buy? No. First you check is there any offer? Is there any offer? Even I did many number of times while booking the flight also. Oh, now if I book the flight, is there an offer? What is the if I book night 12 o'clock, what is the price? If I book the night 11 o'clock, what could be the price? Right, we can generally check, right? Everyone does, right? Right. Similarly, we can check multiple times. So whenever you're clicking the link of the website, right? Link of the Amazon website, every information being stored into their database. That information is not really important to react immediately. We can slowly. Let's say Krishna is a customer who been to the till the payment for multiple times, but he could not able to pay. Right? You are trying to pay the payment, but are you facing any payment issues? No, I'm looking for more offers. Still, you are keep on checking the same thing for 7 days. They think that as a marketing, they think that like which and they think that is a highly likely chances to buy the product, but look like he's looking for some offers. If you're able to provide some offers to him, he or she may likely to buy the product. He or she may likely to buy the product. That is what OLL. That's how immediately not required. Immediate attention is not required. So Amazon last 3 days activities come up with some discount. That's what I can example also, right? So this is the some of the example of OLAP. So if simple to say, what is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? OLTP means and large volume, large number of small transactions like IMPS 50,000. Small transaction, not bigger transaction. And large volume of data with complex queries. Simple standard queries, right? Complex queries here. Milliseconds. Response time should be milliseconds. Here minutes, it could take hours and all. Source transaction, aggregate data from the transactions. So purpose control run essential business operations in real time. Year plan, solve problem, support decision, discover hidden insights. Right? Now tell me, which is more important? OLTP or OLAP? OLTP or OLAP, which is more important? Anand, which is more important? Both important.
Both.
Both important, but which is the more priority? Lingesh or Rao?
OLTP.
OLTP is the
Yeah.
more priority. Right? Right. So the people are using for data processing through OLTP and people are relying on SQL only. So the world is moving on, already moved towards the big data, but no one can replace the SQL. Simple to say, if you want to survive in the data industry, data world industry, SQL is nothing but transformation. SQL is nothing but your all formats. Right. Now, there are different SQL databases we have, like MySQL Server, Postgre, Oracle, and all. Right. Everyone have its own limitations and all. In our course, we are going to use the MySQL database. Right. So some of the companies are using the MySQL. Boeing are using aerospace industry, Citibank, Bank of America, Tesla, G. Right. Government agency. Can anyone guess? Navy, United States of Navy. Can anyone guess what is this? UNESCO. Right. So everyone are using some of the traveling company, some of the media entertainers, some of the technological companies, some of the internet companies. Everyone are using the MySQL. So why MySQL? That's a valid question, right? It is a free open source, highly configured. It can be connected with the Python, it can be connected with the R, it can be connected with the SpicePark. Everywhere it can be highly configurable. It can able to handle the high volume of capabilities. It can support the different cross-platform Windows, like it supports the Windows, it supports the Linux, it supports the Mac. Durable. The durable means reliable. Durability means high security, easy to use. Durability means anyone English meaning. What is the durable? Long lasting. Long lasting. It can survive. It can right. That is the meaning of this. Right. So this is the platform where you can download the MySQL. In tomorrow I can discuss about the installation part. But what are some of the properties of good database? Tell me. Answer. Guys, come on. What are some of the properties of good database? Security. Yeah. Only security. Come on.
All the three.
All three. So it supports the scalability, it supports the integrity, it supports the security.
Secure.
Okay. Which of these are NoSQL database?
MongoDB.
MongoDB is okay. PostgreSQL also, right?
Yes, sir.
PostgreSQL also, right?
Yes. Post.
PostgreSQL also. MySQL also NoSQL DB, right? No. Only MongoDB is the right answer. MariaDB is related to what? It is a version of MySQL. Everything is same as MySQL only. Data stored in relational database in the form of
Tables.
table. Data stored in NoSQL database in the form of JSON.
JSON objects.
JSON. The reason why we need database because of the following operations.
So,
What are the operations we can perform with the data?
so,
We can perform such operation.
yes,
Update we can perform.
Update.
So copy? No, right?
No.
We cannot copy. Relational database यहाँ fixed schema, length, width, length, dimension of the data is fixed. Unless until you add the more and more information. So fixed schema is nothing but table. So combination of rows, columns, the table, right? In the table, how many rows? This is the column, right? First column, second column, third column, fourth column. How many columns you have? Four columns. Sorry. Okay, four columns. How many rows we have? 1, 2, 3. 3, comma 4. What does it mean? 3 rows, 4 columns. Here in this case, we said the 3 rows.
4 columns.
These are the columns. Am I right? 3 rows and 4 columns. Unless until if I change the table, unless until you change the table, do you think this dimension will change?
Yes, sir.
How it will change?
We can append it, sir. We can append.
That means you're changing, right? That means you're changing, right? Unless it will change manually or by updating, but not change, right? That is the reason we can have a fixed schema. Here, schema less means no SQL schema. You can 10 rows of the data will be there, 10 text information. If I ask you to speak something, there is no guarantee one person may speak only one line, one other person should speak 10 lines of that. There's no guarantee. It should be everyone should be equal in terms of the words and everything, right? That is the reason we said that schema less. Understood about the fixed schema now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No SQL database? Don't have a fixed schema. Which is the following companies use MySQL? Google are using, BBC, Bank of America, all of the above. The properties of database allow the increase or decrease the capacity in an on-demand manner. What do we call?
Scalability.
Increase the capacity, decrease and increase the capacity.
Scalability.
Scalability. Right, 1,000 people are hitting a database.
Yes, sir.
Is the server, that's what we discuss. Scalability, right? Increase the capacity, more people work. It is called scalability. So the basic first module we are going to discuss. I mean, there will be total 10 modules will be there in SQL. The first module will discuss about the basics of database we covered. We'll discuss about the ACID properties, and then I will install about the client server architecture, and then we'll start with the basic commands. Here in tomorrow, we will discuss about the client server architecture as well as the ACID properties. And what I will request you, now I will send you the link for MySQL. Please try to install MySQL. If you could not able to install, if I am available, I can help you. If not, our mentor will help you. Okay? Okay, right? Right. Let me send you about the MySQL. See how to do that, how to install the MySQL also. Let's discuss now. See, MySQL download. Let's say for Windows. See, here I said the mention, I just type the system, right? Okay, let's look at here. Look in here, everyone. Down. So I just type in the Google like MySQL download for Windows. I think I have. Do I have material? Let me check the material, guys. Not sure. Not sure where I have. So this is the installation steps, that server kind of thing. I'll discuss tomorrow. Okay, see here. Otherwise, if you don't know anything, do one thing. No need to go internet and all. Go to chat GPT. Okay, right? Everyone know about chat GPT, right? Okay. Type here, like go to the OpenAI, go to search with the chat GPT, type message like how to install MySQL in Windows 11. If it is a Windows 11, Windows 11. So follow the steps. What else is it here? Right? Here's a clear up. So first, so here there are two versions. MySQL 8 version is the latest version. So here it's suggesting you the visit the official website of down page, right? MySQL window, enter the web version, online or full offline, run the install admission, right? Download, next move and all, right? So it is giving the all the path. But here if you go to the download MySQL installer, right? Click, I'll send you the location to everyone, link to everyone. I sent you the link. And also I'll ask team to send you here. Look in here. Here different versions we have. 8.042 and 5.7. That's a different version. Latest, you can use either of the one, does not make sense. Does not a problem, not a problem, but you can go with the 8.042. The moment when you look into that, here you can see the 8.0.42 is the latest version. You can see here you can see the two different things. Both are MSI installer. One with 2.1 MB, second one with 353. I would suggest use the one which have 353. Okay, download. Now it is asking MySQL community download, login, not required. Here you can see the no thanks, just start download. No thanks, just start download. Right? When you click this, it started downloading. It started downloading. Okay, let it be. We'll send you in the group or we'll send you the link of in steps to installation of the MySQL. By please try to ensure that by coming to before coming to the tomorrow class, try to install the MySQL. If you could not have installed, I hope everyone been part of the WhatsApp group. Right? I would suggest please ask my group. Our team will help you. If I would be available, I can help you. Okay, now installed, right? Now we go to the downloads. This is the one. In the downloads, go to the downloads. See here. In the go to the downloads. I mean, for me, a lot of other things will be there. Right here, MySQL installer. You can see, right? MySQL installer. Just double click. So other installation is in progress. You want to, yes, read cancel, yes. So here it is asking the please wait. Windows configure the. Here it will come like this. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. See here. Okay, MySQL installer. So here it will say that MySQL installer, MySQL server. This is my old version I have. Reconfigure with the latest one. Next. For you, case will be next only. Current password. Check. Next. See here. I mean, for you it will come next. Please try it down. Everyone, please do it now. Finish. Right? Update the catalog, download the new catalog steps, execute. I'm updating, so I'm updating it here. MySQL installer. It asking the next welcome back. So we are in the latest one upgrading. We're upgrading the thing, right? It may take some time. Okay, I'm stopping the recording also. Okay, I would request you please do it. So, okay, everyone, are you able to install it? Right? Try to install now. Okay, please do it before coming to the tomorrow class, guys, everyone. Okay, please do it, everyone. I mean, have you downloaded the SQL, MySQL? Are you downloaded
Yes.
the MySQL?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Please start work on it. Chandu, any questions? Anand, any questions? Anjali, any questions? Akshay?
Which version we need to download? 5.7 or 8.0?
8.0. Anything is fine. Go with the 5 point also fine, 8 point also fine. Right? 5.07 is the most stable version compared to 8.0.
5.7 download.
Workbench, open the workbench. SQL workbench, not the shell. 5.07 is the most stable version.
5.0.
Lingeshwara? Not install, not able to install. Guys, any come, I'll see. Failed, huh? Okay. Huh? Click on reconfigure. Next. Current password, what do you want the password? Check. Next. 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 Okay, I'm finished. Click on that. Click on reconfigure. You need to finish next. Till you need to next. Right, MySQL server. If I want to go with all the things, whatever their update. Same, I'm also doing the same thing. You're updating, right? Function succeeded. MySQL router. I think these things are not required anyhow. Okay, close it, no problem. Directly can go with the simple workbench. MySQL workbench, that's it. Automatically it will open the this how it will open. For me, I have a lot many things there. Okay, that's all it today. Please install it. If not, Mali,
I'll post in the group.
our team will post in the group. If any doubts, do let me know. Our team will help you. But I would request everyone please complete before coming to the tomorrow class. Okay. Thank you all. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.